Alright. Solve for X's unofficial fellowship DLC. Romhack Races level 271. Good number. I'm a big fan. Hard to believe it's come so far. Oh no! After saving the feller from the wicked Bumpties, they've returned with a vengeance. Defeat them and save Christmas. Fatter stacks. Credits. Let's go to the stacks. Oh god. Okay, I get what this level's about. I don't like it, but I get it. Yeah, I don't really Kaizo enough. I need more Kaizo practice in general. It's about Mario? It's marginally about Mario. Now, I kind of wish I had something set up on the Squiggle Box. I was thinking, like, I probably should have, like, Cosmo's Cosmic Adventures or something rigged up. Because I don't have, like, a lot of good stuff. Especially good, like, old-school shareware stuff on the Squiggle Box. And I should just have it there. I mean, it could be about Mario. I mean, it could also be about Tails. People can change it at will. I guess, technically speaking, I could also play Tux Racer, in case you are at the intersection of penguins and open source software. I know a guy in real life whose first contribution to open source software in its entirety was making a patch for Tux Racer that would allow it to display the speed in both miles per hour and kilometers per hour, because he felt that it was important to be metric. Of course, this doesn't change the fact that Tux Racer is still not all that exciting to play, but you know. It's kind of fun. I don't think I've ever actually played it. You know what? That's on me. Maybe if I can find a Windows 98 version, I'll play it. Garfield Kart? I mean, if it's going to play like a meme racer, I'd probably play Sonic Ball. I guess I could have just like... I still don't know what to do with this. Greatest penguin heist of all time. Metric Girls, I disagree. You can take my standard for my cold, dead hands. Imperial is the king. Nah, you expect us Americans to get that. That's hilarious. I mean, ultimately, there was a push for it, I believe, in the 60s to standardize on metric. Somewhat irony, with some small irony there. But we just weren't worth it. Just wasn't important for us. You know what? Metric is better in some ways, but honestly, in a whole lot of other ways, it ain't that great. Celsius has a bizarre range. Like, a range of a couple degrees makes a humongous amount of difference as opposed to Fahrenheit, where, like, you have nice 10-degree ranges that basically tell you how it actually is outside. Deciliter is a stupid unit of measurement. What's the other one I have issues with? You know, inches and feet versus millimeters. It's actually kind of nice to be able to work in units you can have and quarter and third easily. Like, there's value in that. I like my quarts better than I like, again, deciliters. Like, honestly, if I'm doing science, sure. If I'm cooking in the kitchen, I'd much rather use imperial units. "100 degrees and you're not dead." I mean, most people kind of die in 100 degrees. Nobody uses deciliters at the French? That is untrue. I saw measurements in deciliters when I was in the UK. Like, soda bottles were measured in deciliters. I get why the French would have more of a fetish for their SI units, but still. Like, basically, as long as you agree to use the units, it doesn't matter which set of units you use, right? I think I understand what to do there now. I need to not lose my momentum. I need to neutral it. And then jump again. That might be an important factor. Basically, I just traded one ice level for another ice level. I don't know why I did this. I guess there's Still time to change the road I'm on. I could go back. I could go to CO's level. I didn't want to go to CO's level because of the lack of retry, but honestly, it might be a smart move. So, no, I definitely saw Deciliters. Definitely saw Deciliters. Like, quite literally, my response was, who the hell thought this was a good idea when I saw it on the bottle? There's no way my response would have been to any other unit of measure there. Look, my car gets 50 rods to the hogshead, and that's how I likes it. Closer. Short but demanding. I saw the low number of stars, so I thought this would be pretty chill, but I can definitely see what you mean, Blue Ribbon. I kind of appreciate, like, the new style. I want to say Maddie kind of brought it in, the have it be very precise, but have the sections be incredibly short. Oh. Well, I saw something new, at least. How many stones do I weigh? Ah, fuck if I know. Stone is a silly unit of measurement. I weigh less than Greg Davies does. Let's go with that. I'm not British. I can agree stone is stupid. The reason why people like stone is because it's fewer than they would if they were in LBs or KGs. All I'm saying. It's kind of like dress sizes, right? Like, dudes just get pants that are, you know, measured to inches. Dress sizes are completely bonkers. And apparently women prefer this. Their prerogative, can't argue with it. Alright, I got closer. In M16s. Now that's a freedom unit right there. I weigh the same as 75 AK-47s. Okay, I need to cut that back a little bit. I'm learning so much about nature. I don't think that was what I was supposed to do. Know approximately what a hectoliter or a deciliter is by knowing what a liter is. You have no clue how much a stone is compared to a pound. I mean, the problem is Americans don't use stone. We know how much 10 pounds is. We know how much 50 pounds is. I know how much 40 pounds is. But we don't use stone as a measurement, so I can't really be angry about it. Like, I get you, but, like, it's a matter of knowing the measurements anyway. About a yard and a foot? That's fair. But ultimately, it's one of those things where you would get the intuition for that after a certain amount of time being in America, how much a yard or a foot is. After all, there's 100 yards in a football field. This is, of course, the most important measure in America, period. Way early. Ugh. Yeah. I was talking to my sister today about her cough, and she says she still has the same cough that she caught when I was there earlier this year. Which, of course, is a bummer, because having a cough sucks. "100 yards is equal to the size of 1 foot and 1 ball." Yes, close enough. I'd say 1 foot ball field, but yes, close enough. May depend upon whose ball you're measuring, but you know. But I mean, it basically just comes down to what you learned as a kid, more or less. I still don't know what I'm actually required to do there. Football field is just another unit of measure. That is actually true. It's 100. It's a decilard or something, or deciyard. Thank you, Desi. One of my favorite emotes I don't use nearly enough, the measuring. The decigraph is still probably my favorite of them, though. A decigram is approximately the amount of text Desi will write when writing a message. That was close. Other amusing measurements of sort. The company I worked at, we'd actually get like these long emails from a dude named Mark. And we'd call them epistles. Don't think we ever told him that we'd call them that, but... Hella smart dude, often very worth reading. When he had an insight into something, it was definitely an insight worth knowing. He actually got into America, Kiwi guy, I think, got into America on an exceptional alien visa, which is an actual legitimate thing. He was proud enough to put that on his wall. Close. That is so awkward. Bumpties are just an awkward sprite, honestly. I didn't think I was going to make that. Kilometer third to the third would be 1,000 meters. That's a lot of things. I can see why that wouldn't be used very often. I think I've got like the start of this more or less figured out. I mean, with some minor constraints. Just wish I could stop doing that. Yeah, meters, meters squared are very frequently used. Okay, actually, you know what? This is another one of those, like, UK-isms. No shade being thrown at other countries that use, like, SI units. UK-isms. When they say that you have a place that they want to rent, they say it's to let, which, to my American brain, reads as toilet, because there's a space between, you know, where there's a space where the I would be. And when I see that kind of sign, I just kind of laugh. I'm like, no, that's not how any of this works. Before I finally realize, oh no, wait, that's how that works. I'm in a weird country. Toulet is everywhere in India and thought it looked like... Yeah, exactly. Any place that UK has had a substantial impact on. Australia, definitely Australia, New Zealand. Wait, what? Have I been doing this wrong? And like magically I should just hit that and then have to come around? It's an odd turn of phrase. It makes sense. You let something out. That's a way of like renting, I suppose. But just like the phrasing is weird to me as an American. Actually, to Blue Ribbon or someone who knows the truth, am I supposed to hit the on-off block on the first cycle, or am I supposed to control this jump here? Like, what is the reasonable solution here, if you don't mind sharing? I'm not racing this, so I don't have to care too much. And I don't really want to burn a lot of time doing the wrong thing over and over. Or maybe I'll figure it out. No, so close. See why a place would advertise they have drainage or restroom facilities? I guess in India that actually is an important detail to know. I guess, you know, other places too, like in Japan, knowing whether or not you're getting a Western toilet or not could be that could be an important detail for renting. You know, you may want to know what kind of facilities you're getting before you have to use them. Yeah, India does have a bit of a problem in that regard. It is unfortunate, and there is an unfortunate PSA that you may have seen about pooing in the loo. Cannot get that to save my life. Race didn't see others, but you controlled the jump and bounced it, the switch and bounce. Okay. That's all I wanted to know if the double bounce was the intended... an intended solution. Apparently I didn't fix that. It's actually kind of bugging me. Maybe I fixed it in one place and didn't fix it in the other. Oh, I probably didn't fix it in the other. That's probably it. The problem with having so much code is you forget what you fixed where. So, for instance, I was wondering a little while ago why, like, I wasn't proccing messages when people were running the VIP reward. Turns out the reason was I didn't implement them. It was implemented in, like, one place and wasn't implemented in the, like, 3 other places it needed to be implemented. Fix that. But, and gave Miku a decent approximation of how it should sound, because Miku is a little bit silly with these things. Dang it. I did also see a really good PSA in Australia about not sniffing petrol. It's one of those things where, like, if you heard this song in a club or another environment, you wouldn't even think twice about it. You'd be like, oh, that's like a nice, like, techno dance track. No, it's a PSA about not huffing petrol. Another kind of off guard was seeing the letters STD everywhere. It was like, first you were like, it's a good thing to do so much awareness about STDs, but it's a lot. Turns out it means subscriber trunk dialing. Knows long distance. Places with phones you can't make out-of-state calls to advertise having STDs. I've heard of trunk dialing before, actually. Especially with regards to, like, old school phone stuff. Had a friend who was... Oh, I made it! Somewhere. I don't know what to do now. Ah! That was not it. I had a friend who could describe as a freak with a PH. They really enjoyed messing with phone systems. And in fact volunteered at the Seattle Museum of Communications, which is an interesting museum if you can ever go to it. Which is a tenuous thing because it's open approximately 1 day a week. And not for very long on that day. But if you ever want to see phone systems in action, that was a place to go, at least, you know, God, 15 years ago. Encroaching upon 20. But the way old telephone systems worked was really impressive. I honestly would love to have a landline, so, like, people could dial into a BBS or send me a fax or something. But I don't think that's how phones work anymore. Like, I'm pretty sure the way phones work now is it all gets VoIPed, and so the frequencies you need for a BBS are no longer suitable. Ditto for fax lines. I assume fax lines are treated, like, ultra specially on the side of phone companies. Yes, door spotted. So I definitely am feeling better about this. I'm still thinking about that last obstacle. I think really I just need to trust it and just, like, jump into the Bumpty and hope that it takes me where I want to go, but we'll see. But old school phone lines are really cool because, like, you were literally connected copper to copper all the way from, you know, your call to wherever. So your phone was connected with a physical copper connection from, say, you know, Seattle to Miami or where have you. Which is kind of impressive when you think about it. Routing over the internet is also impressive, but, like, it's not nearly as cool as having a single continuous circuit. Which is what you had at the day. There was a bunch of relays that connect you between here and there. And relays are just fun, honestly. In terms of, like, electrical connections, I love a good relay. Had Snyder build something for me, God, so many years back now, that used a relay that didn't need to use a relay. He's like, Pat, this doesn't need a relay. I'm like, yes, but I want one. Because of the beautiful clicky noise it makes. It's also an explanation for those who don't know. A relay is basically an electronic switch that when you apply a voltage in the right spot, connects a physical switch between two locations. So basically you apply a voltage and it connects the voltage that on the left-hand side to the right-hand side effectively. Which is really cool. People can use, especially in like pinball machines, relays were pretty common as a way to do logic. Because you think about it, it becomes a sort of OR gate. It becomes an AND gate, effectively. You can use it as an AND gate or an OR gate, depending on how you wire it up. But of course, being physical things where it's actually like inducing a magnetic field to pull a switch closed, it turns out these are very slow compared to transistors you make in silicon. So, not a very popular way of doing it, but it's a great way of messing with voltages you don't want to handle specifically. And in this case, it was a really handy way just to have it be interfacing with the system outside of itself. This was a garage door opener for a work thing, because I got tired of dealing with garage door opening. Yeah, basically I used to work at a place that had a garage door fence. It had a fence. You have to move, and you have to get out of your car to enter a code. I'll tell you what the code is because the place has long been destroyed. It was 1111. 1. It was 4 ones. And I got tired of getting out of my car because it was San Francisco. I'm not leaving my keys in my car, even for a second. So I would always I'd always turn my car off, go out, push the buttons, get back in my car, start it up, which is just kind of a drag. And so eventually I'm like, you know what? This is just a standard garage door opener. So I bought another garage door opener off of Amazon that was the same type. Opened up the one that we had from the building managers, because they gave out like 2 of them and my boss had one of them. I opened it up, saw the pin out, or basically the code for it, and rigged up another one. And then Snyder helped me out here, built a circuit that connected to, it wasn't a Raspberry Pi, well, no, it was a Raspberry Pi, that responded to Twilio calls, so that when you called a specific phone number, it would open up the gate by bridging 2 contacts, acting the same as the button would in the garage door opener. It was a very efficient and elegant design. Small amount of soldering needed after I got the device from Snyder, but it worked out really well. So silicone and silicon are 2 different things. 2 very different things. I haven't gotten past this stupid jump a second time, have I? Though I guess if we're talking about that, one of the more embarrassing things that I own, a friend of mine went to a furry convention and brought me back a small present. He handed it to me and said, "Don't open this in public." I now own 2 shot glasses that are branded with a specific adult toy manufacturing logo that you would probably be able to guess based upon the furry convention bit. I've never actually used them, because I don't do shots all that often. If I'm going to enjoy some whiskey, I put it in a Glencairn like a proper person. But yeah, only the naughty ones. Only the naughty dragons. Other dragons are fine. They're not silly. That's not how any of this works. Probably doesn't help that, like, when it comes to talking about transistors, the word doping is used fairly frequently. But honestly, like, it's way above my pay grade. Understand? I didn't think I was going to make that jump. Understand how that shit works. They are very naughty dragons. There's a certain level of EE where I am willing to just say, I'm happy with the abstraction I'm at. And it's way above doping transistors. Like in EE, you'd model these things as like current-dependent current sources or whatever, and it's just like, I don't want to model it like that. I like my ones and zeros. Give me digital logic. If I need to be analog, I'll be analog at the very borders of things. I'd say I once made a analog to digital converter, but no, I actually paid someone else to do it. I looked at his work and said, hey, you know what? I went and tested all these resistors for a ladder DAC. You've made a really nice ladder DAC for your project. I will buy you a burrito if you will just make mine. Dude was cool with it. And it worked out way better than me making it, because it would have been ugly. Yeah, dragons tend to be greedy kind of critters. In most media. They could be altruistic. That part is really hard. Jump. Oh. No! Ah. Oh, I guess also in other news, I did actually fix the character stuff for Jump when I get around to playing it again. Turns out that Max gave me exactly what I needed to know. So, it was really easy to fix. I thought it'd just be an RTL, but it turned out to be 2 pulls and an RTL, but, you know, close enough. Look at Eldad's chat, so many dragons. Does Yoshi count as a dragon for the purposes of this argument? Bumpties be honorary vanilla? Oh god, no. No, I don't like Bumpties at all. I feel like most people, when making a winter level, are just like, you know what, I'll just throw some Bumpties in, it'll be cool. I feel for WLDC that happened fairly frequently. What do I nominate as honorary vanilla? That's a good question. I would say switch blocks. Like, honestly, switch blocks are so useful and fundamental and don't exist in vanilla, but they really should. And before you say like, oh no, Pat, but switch blocks right there, but there are no blocks that actually activate other blocks. All the switch blocks in SMW either activate like layer 3 scrolling or deal with setting up paths. So hoard wealth but refuse to circulate in society. Yoshi is unfortunately a... No, he's a dinosaur, isn't he? Yeah, the whole dinosaur-dragon dichotomy in SMW is weird the more I think about it. But to be fair, Yoshi does at least occasionally breathe fire. That's a thing dragons do. How'd I change the Mario graphics? I looked at the code. There's a spot where it basically says, are we decoding graphics 32? In which case, I just don't. With the general theory that the game itself will decode decompress graphics 32 when it wants to at the beginning of the game, and people are unlikely to change it after the fact. No! I'll give you the exact patch fix if you want to know, Max, but I have to look it up because I put it in code. Only breathes fire because Koopa shells are hot. Red tamales in the red hot, and I got them for sale. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Red tamales in the red hot, and I got them for sale. I forgot the rest of the song goes. I was never good enough to finish that in Rock Band. But the simple answer was it pushes on an address for some part of the decompression routine. And so I just replaced the part where it jumps to the decompression routine for graphics 32 with pull A, and return long. This appears to have worked fine, but it's hard to know if it works well long term. So there's one level. That's true, there's one trans level. There's multiple sub-levels in it. And I think it'll still end up working okay for that. Or it'll break horribly, I don't know. Worst comes to worst, I'll turn it off for that bit. But yeah, it's a rather invasive hijack for only like one level using silhouettes. There we go. No! Dino Runners breathe fire? That's true. Because they're like dinosaur fire typed, I guess. Pokemon needs more types. Dinosaur should be a type. But yeah, it looks like it works well enough. My initial attempt with just using RTL immediately deleted my save file, which is unsurprising given I had it, you know, returned to nowhere. It's a miracle I got through there the first time. Can't wait for a time where it's always water. No, I don't tend to cheat in, like, Kaizo things. For moderation purposes, it's often useful to know what's going on. Outside of the game itself. Basically, with the water cheating and the moderation, I just wanted to know if there was another sub-level because, again, what matters most is whether or not there's the music fix. That's his Aerodactyls and Dragonites. Oh, that works. Dino Renos, I mean, the smaller ones do. And they devolve into the smaller ones, so they spit fire sometimes. It's all in the mind. What is this? Oh my. Yep, that's Pokemon. With a lot more types. Including Ball and Sands. Spitting fire. I think I saw the video. There's a YouTube video that's trying to give it, that I get shown periodically. Like, it's Pokemon, but there's 72 new types. What's in my chocolate Hall of Fame? Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I like simple mechanics that are really well used. You know what? Actually, chocolate Hall of Fame. So there was a demo, oh god, maybe like 3 years ago for C3, where some dude decided to add logic gates to SMW. And that was really cool, and I've never seen anyone do anything with them. Like, quite literally, it was wiring and logic gates, and I really thought it was so cool and thought I'd be seeing it in more hacks, and I've never seen it in any hack. That is definitely my Hall of Fame. Other honorable mentions, honestly, the last Mad Scientist competition had a lot of good stuff in it. Obvious, easy answer would be the combination Chuck/Thwomp thing that Kaizo made. But the configurable carrot platform, or configurable platforms that were behaving in weird ways, as well as the chains. I think the chain thing ended up in Grand Poo World 3. Which, considering the ASM was only, I think, ever put in the ASM contest domain, is kind of cool. Nope. Diagonal beams. SMW manual, page 18. They refer to the region as the Land of Dragons, and elsewhere described as Dinosaur Land. Island. They've conflated the terms dinosaur and dragon, so Yoshi is both. There we go. Types as Sands and these nuts. So, wait. Eldad played the weird Pokemon thing? Or the Logic Gate thing? The problem with using certain classes of pronouns when streaming is that I move topics fast enough by the time I read, I don't actually know what we're talking about. Oh. That's the first time I made that jump at regular speed. Oh, the logic. Yeah, that was so cool. I do like a good logic gate. I'm a sucker for some fun logic gates, some puzzles. They're used so very rarely. It also occurs to me, I actually did read the SMW manual on stream once. when I was judging the 72-hour QLDC contest. There was one level that was like made of all sorts of weirdness. Now, that doesn't describe anything. Basically, it had Twitch chat to the right side of it, and tons of orb traps. And afterwards, for some reason, someone encouraged me to read the SMW manual based upon that level, and I don't remember why. But I rigged it up so we could, and it was kind of a rarity, because I really don't like trying to use web browsery stuff while streaming. There's a risk there that's irritating. Coins with Yoshiano Club. Yep, they are. How you doing, Herasoft? Dino Rhinos are actually dragons, not dinos. That's even more confusing. You know nothing about it? I guess I actually don't know what, like, Eldad's major profession is outside of streaming SMW. Like, I presume he has something going on. No! I don't understand how I got through that in the first place. Which means I don't understand how to get through it in the second place. Leak the 2 Conquer vids? Oh, I might have. I think I watched. Yeah, I did. I remember there was one with the. There were two. It was two different weird women in that game. I definitely did watch those. I don't always watch them right after stream, but I do actually watch everything y'all link eventually. It might take a while, but I do watch it. This is not an encouragement for you to link to, like, the history of sand or something. I know some people would take that as a, you know, encouragement to do so. Work at casinos? Huh. Not what I would have guessed. There are dragons from Chocolate Island. Jump on Dino Rhino and it becomes Mini Rhino. Watch out, they breathe fire. Fair point. I mean, work at casino, there's an awful lot of work that happens at a casino. You know, you got your dealers, obviously, and other game attendants. You got people who make food. You got people who work in general, like, hospitality range. Ares are dinos? What, seriously? There's a dinosaur spook that roams the haunted house. It comes after you with its pale face and, ooh, what a ghastly spook it is. I suppose it does, that thing, in fact, does have scales and whatnot. I never thought of them as dinosaurs. That just, I don't know, I find that sadder than them being regular ghosts. I mean, dinosaurs are already extinct. Having it to, for fuck's sake. Just makes it sadder. Dealing and supervising dealing. Okay. Interesting. Yep, wouldn't have guessed. I don't end up watching that much Eldad for a couple reasons. One is he tends to stream when I'm not awake. Or when I'm not really ready to watch streams. Like, I generally, like, want to watch a stream sometime in the afternoon to early evening. And he's already done for the day. And two, I cannot... And this is me. This is entirely me. There are classes of alert that I cannot stand. And they're ones that just take too long and play really loud noises. One of the reasons why I don't have any alerts that are really long and play really loud noises. Because I personally don't like them. And the blue thing drives me up the wall. I cannot watch it because of that. There's some other streamers I can't watch for similar reasons. Because, like, generally speaking, it's kind of like background noise. Like, I don't want it to be... I want to hear the person. I want to hear the game. I don't want to hear, I don't know, cyber demons dying or whatever. Fine with normal alerts, but the multi-sub ones? Yeah. Leave illegal stuff when dealers mentioned. I think of... There's a lot of different kinds of dealers. I mean, clearly you have your drug dealer, which is what you're mentioning, but we also have things like car dealerships. And of course, the ever-present fruit dealer, who is an expert at Apple marketing. Love the blue thing. Would not love it as any other streamer. I can understand that. I cannot stand it, though. It's So I actually thought about buying the domain fruitdealer.com. Or fruit.dealer. Turns out the .dealer TLDs are really expensive. The reason being, of course, that they only expected people who are, like, car dealerships to buy them, like Berkeley, I don't know. Say Bowl, but that's not right. Dude dealer. Five individual alerts pay for 5 gift subs. I am guilty of that. But I have the ability to cancel out alerts if they're really annoying for TTS. And if they have an SMW, well, then it's just a kind of DOS I can't really deal with. That jump is so unclued. It's a foreign word only used for that. I think yes, that makes sense in German. You have a name other than dealer for someone who sells fruit or, you know, deals cards. It's probably like 8 syllables long, and it's like Kartenflugen or whatever. Gonna try the BRB. I still think that one of the best things I ever wrote was the decorator and or like thing that turns things into commands based upon the text. The decorator for it just basically enforces a very small amount of ackling. Should have held B. I thought I needed to let go. Should have held B. But given that most commands are for me only, it was probably a good call. Big money, big money, no whammies. Okay, that wasn't what I was supposed to do. Now you want to know if Kartenflugen is a word. For other dealers, there's the word handler. That makes sense. I'm just thinking that like German words tend to be like 18 syllables long and it's ridiculously specific. Like there's probably the word for card dealer. Oh, hello, Daisy. The word for card dealer is probably like Kartenhandler. Or Pokenhandler. Or something like that. Which is only useful if you're ever in a casino. I have made no useful progress. I guess I'm getting better at that. Okay, what do I want to do here? I want to hit the bird. And then fly off to the left. Well, I don't think this was the solution. Yeah, I don't think this was a solution. I think you have to hit him at just the right angle, too. Huh, that's gonna be tricky. Handler you commonly translate with trader. Auto handler equals... Okay, that makes sense. Car trader. I mean, yeah, okay. I can see it. I'm learning so much about German. Nope. There was the classic set of, like, VW ads where they unpimp the auto. Which are still one of my favorite set of ads of all time. Basically, you know, someone comes in with, like, a rice rocket. And then some German dude and some hot chick destroy the car and basically say, no, you should just drive a VW anyway. Drogen handler? I sometimes would do with messing with... yeah, you trade dragons, right? dealer is a sort of trader. I mean, I could see it. Like, the thing is, dealer in America pretty much is only used for car dealerships for some reason. Beyond people who are dealing cards or drugs. But trader is reasonable. Drug trader is not any different than drug dealer, really, when you get down to it. Ditto for cars. People who buy and sell cars are trading cars, so... The only one that doesn't make sense is if people are, you know, trading cards with a D, because that's not how Vegas works unless you're playing blackjack, I guess? I don't know. I guess poker. Poker has trading cards. Well, cards that are being traded. This is more complicated than I thought it was. Damage dealers? That's true. That's true. Drugs of the year. I guess the drug of the year for me would probably be the thing that's I have to prevent my shoulder from hurting. Some anti-inflammation thing I got because my shoulder was fucked up earlier. It's gotten better, but otherwise I didn't take that many drugs this year that weren't like normal standard drugs like caffeine, alcohol. Okay. We're back here. I panicked. Drug of the year is always insulin. Valid. Very, very valid. It's one of those things where the discovery of how to make insulin has probably saved a lot of people's lives. Would have helped if I jumped. Does drugs in the shower. It saves time, like eating food in the shower, as we learned from Ninja Sex... What? No, it's Ninja Sex Party, that's it. Because the opposite is Samurai Abstinence Squad. Paul thinks samurai are better than ninjas. Does Paul make bad decisions? Paul? That guy makes terrible decisions. Here he is in the shower with a plugged-in boombox and toaster. He offered to help a chick named Shaky practice her knife throwing. Watch this. After the accident, the moment he gets out of the body cast, the first thing he does is he sells his soul to an alien for a green balloon. That doesn't even make sense. Don't like this. Nope, way early. No! I expected more from you. Wait. Wait. Maybe that whole thing is bait and I could use the other penguin. Maybe it's all a trap. Maybe. No, it's still too late. I am just not into Bumpties. I'm trying to figure out if I'm just being dumb or just I'm not getting enough chances to try. Because I feel like the obvious solution is you jump, hit the Bumpty at just the right angle, and he bounces you to the door. Right? But I'm being so shit at this. Like, I kind of wonder if, like, the right solution is... No, that's not the right solution. Alright. Where'd my Bumpty go? No! Hack played his trap card. Pat fell for it. I definitely fell for it. 100%. Is it New Year's anywhere yet? Yes. It would be New Year's somewhere. Not anywhere in America, but somewhere. There's that, maybe American Samoa? Or if not American Samoa, the other Samoa. They're very close to the date line, in my understanding. Because it's already 2 a.m. my time. There's plenty of places, actually. It's probably like next year in Japan now, isn't it? It's 3 a.m. my time. One of those things I invested in recently, and recently being this year, was another clock. And there's a clock sitting on the floor directly in my view, so I can see that it's 3 a.m. and I've made no reasonable progress on this the entire time I've been playing it. Well, I made some progress. I figured out how to get to the final Bumpty about 1 out of 6 times. Needless to say, in all likelihood, I would have finished dead last for this particular Romhack Races level. Not certain that actually makes me all that angry. And it says that it's tomorrow in Samoa. There we go. I was in fact right. Because we are pretty far, I am pretty far out east. I guess Japan, no, Japan's 16 hours? And it's not far for Japan. I always forget, Japan's a weird number of hours away. India is approximately, I think, 13 and a half. But yeah, plenty of things close to the international date line. Would already be there. Really wish I'd stop doing. How do I get that bounce? That's a bounce. I understand what I need to do now. I understand how that final jump works. Dear Lord. What I need to do is land on the shell and the Bumpty. The way I was doing there, but better. Everything makes a lot more sense now. Just need to get another chance. Yeah, you land on the shell. Exactly. It was one of those, and seeing this right here, I was enlightened. We'll see if it actually works. Okay. Close. I'll take it. Look, it demonstrates that I am doing the right thing. There's value in that. The thing about Kaizo is that once you get something once, you're more likely to get it another time. Close. I just should have committed. At least I've found with Kaizo that once I get something... Except that jumps really hard. But once I get something like once or twice, I understand enough about what I'm doing to make good progress. Maybe. See, that's what I need to do just elsewhere. What time is SMW Central on? I don't know. I'm gonna go with Pacific. This has never been an issue for me. Never said I need to actually know what time it is there. This actually I can tell really quick. Now look at it. So this was added at 3 a.m. So I guess that was about an hour ago. So presumably it's in Mountain Time. I don't know why it's in Mountain Time. Mountain Time's a weird time to be in. Was in Mountain Time the other day when I was visiting my bro's in-laws and having Christmas. It was fun, but you know, I kind of prefer my own family's traditions. Namely the one where we don't wake up hella early for children to open stockings and then immediately go and let them open presents. In my family, you have to wait for breakfast. The stockings are to make it so that all of the adults can keep sleeping for an extra hour or so. We consider this to be an important detail. It's too late. Aiming for the first hack or lady hack of the... Lady hack? It's a lady... No, nope. If I ask, I'm just gonna get these nutted, aren't I? Just how it's gonna be. Open gift on the 24th. Who wants to wake up early? I understand that the Germanic way of doing things is you do everything on the 24th. Ladies nuts, yep. I think I got Nathan once with, does he prefer e-girls or I-ladies? He's like, I-ladies? What are I-ladies? And I'm like, I-ladies nuts. Bryce, of course, would never fall for this. But Nathan wasn't prepared for me to ask such a silly question. Oh, it was rude. I don't have any problem with that. Like the Oscars? Lady hack. What was it? I think in the Knights of the Dinner Table comic, there is in fact, like, Lady Hack. It might be a magazine in universe, or Ladies of Hackmaster is like a group. But that's entirely a thing. In that comic book, everyone takes playing not Dungeons and Dragons incredibly seriously. Oh, come on, that almost hit the no block. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Okay. Nope, it was too late. What's up, Noah? How you doing? Currently just trying to make heads or tails of it. I have chosen poorly. For a 4, this is really friggin' hard. But it has to do with Bumpties. Bumpties are not my jam, as it were. Okay, that's useful knowledge. See if I can make that work next time. Solve for X's? Yes, I believe so. I can check by looking at it where it says, yes, this is solve for X's. Makes sense why it's hard. Yeah, I guess I didn't know if solve for X is like reputation. I feel I know the name from other places, but I don't think I've ever played anything of theirs. Vaguely debating whether or not it would have just been smarter to play Unveiled. Not Romhack ranking? Yes. So, because it's not a race, I'm just playing the level. It's not Romhack racing. How you doing, Risky Fondue? Level before this would be more appropriate. I get the feeling we didn't. Yeah, probably, I guess. 1-1BX. Huh. I do still feel it's probably a veiled insult of some sort, but I can live with it. Either way. I don't really want to start something new now. I've mastered a non-trivial chunk of this level. I just need to put it all together. I look forward to the update to the site because, like, all of the data is in, like, 4 different places. Like, I'd like to be able to see and download the level, but also know what the times were. Actually, what were the times for this? I can see that pretty easily by looking at the leaderboard. It was only like a couple weeks ago. "18 minutes. 18 minutes was the worst player. I've been at this for an hour. Oh, lordy. I'm gonna guess that the door is the end of the level, based upon that. At least I hope that's correct based upon that. Oh, what's up, DIY? How you doing? Yeah, no problem. I like answering tech questions. I'm much more qualified to answer tech questions than beat Kaizo levels. It's definitely a thing I am better at. Oh, there we go. Got a shot. 1, 2, 3. And now this. When I get this, it's going to be pure luck. There's no actual skill involved. Look at that. No. Some badness is going to happen. No, 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 no. There's got to be a Kaizo trap or something. Yeah, short but demanding was a very accurate description of how that level went. I feel all the stress just draining off me. So skilled. Look, I'm skilled in persistence. There's value in this. Testers, Gossip Greg, Mythrillionaire, Fen, of course, Silent Snake, music by Dispace and Tiaos, ASM by Rami and Dita the Fourth. Special shoutouts to the OG Fellowship team. Thanks for giving me permission to make this, and for making Fellowship in the first place. I think I've seen the Fellowship. It's in space, right? Never actually played the game the Fellowship is from. They should make Fellowship of the Rings. Be a good idea, I think. Counting with Pat. 1, 2, 3, Either way, I made it. I'll take the GG. But yeah, it would definitely been of one of those, if I'd done this on the day of, it would have been they rated me and I'd get the rate of shame. As much as I like Romhack races, that's one of the reasons I don't race very often is if you're bad at it, you get the rate of shame, which is nice and all, but like, it's basically a consolation prize for sucking. So. But I can't really get too mad about it. It's a good thing. But still. Still, you are my sister, and you've admired my Rolls Royce. As I no longer need it, I bequeath to you a boot to the head. Hour clear is not bad for this, given how little I play Kaizo. That's fair. I just think that, I mean, there were 2 bits I had a lot of trouble with. It's just the bounce off the Bumpty to get the on and off block, and then the timing on that. Like, I just completely spitballed it. Honestly, I did not have a good notion. I don't deal well with periodic motion. I have a lot of trouble timing things for, like, shell things like that. I need to practice it. Given my age, maybe it will never get better. But it is what it is.